Welcome. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I am blessed that you're spending a portion of it with me today. This week's title is Smell Check, and our text is found in the book of Proverbs, the 18th chapter, the 19th verse. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like bars of a citadel. Actually, this cliff note is somewhat of a follow up to last week's spiritual cliff note, Got Bread. The bread of life reference stimulated my remembrance of the drawing power of fresh baked Omar bread. That bakery smell was refreshing personally and for the surrounding area. The aroma attracted you to a life sustaining source that promised a pleasurable reward. Subject awareness generated, enhanced, or aggravated hunger. But that bakery smell was eagerly anticipated. Or in other words, it made one want to repeat the experience. As a side note, it was also a benefit in knowing that my father worked there for a while in a job that he was well overqualified for, but he was doing what was necessary at the time to provide for his family. In this cliff note, I am relating the term smell to the lasting impressions we make on others by the way we speak to them and treat them. Bad memories are like bad smells. They elicit negative responses and act as avoidance warning signals. Bad experience smells travel with the recipient once they've left our presence. Like when one has neglected to change the filters in their home, and the people that live there carry that musty smell everywhere they go. They may not even be aware of the negative smell, perhaps having become accustomed to it, but others are definitely aware. Smells are important, and we should check our personal and church smells, for there is strong, useful truth in this short text, Proverbs 18:19. A brother is offended. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like bars of a citadel. I can recall a negative experience in my youth when a church usher confronted me, basically scolding me for wearing tennis shoes to church. They were unaware that those were the only shoes I had. Because of that experience, I never looked at that usher the same way again, and was not, but could have been discouraged from even coming back to church. Smells have a stronger link to memory and emotion than any of the other senses. Offensive odors, stink or stank, or however you want to put it, means any smell, or in our case, interaction experience, which is considered to be malodorous or a nuisance to a reasonable person and is perceived as intense. When dealing with the perceptions of others, we need to utilize our intentional eyes of the beholder skills, because it's not always about what we think is okay. Like the bakery aroma, a vibrant church providing an intentional witness will attract others to a life-sustaining source. The physical location of the bakery represented a known source of bread, and so it is with our local churches. It took the joint effort of the bakery employees to do what was necessary to create awareness of the bread. It is the same with churches. Personal evangelism should not be restricted to group activity, but only supplemented thereby. Internal and external group effort is necessary to create a productive church smell. The bakery building itself was not attractive, but it was functional, productive, and consistent. Duplication of those characteristics will be useful in ministry effectiveness and creating an environment that draws rather than repels. Useful, functional questions for us to employ. How does our church smell? How does our congregation smell? How does our leadership smell? How do I smell? Will visitors eagerly anticipate a repeat experience? The smells that we produce are 24/7 silent testimonies that cannot be covered up with church jargon or sounding brass, tinkling cymbal praise on demand. The church building may be spotless and beautiful, and the congregation may be dressed to the nines. But looking good does not compensate for smelling bad. It just generates more questions and doubts when the visual and the generated smell don't match up. There is an urgency in checking our smells. Bad smells degrade the light we are to share and increases resistance to salt. The Omar Bakery smell was refreshing for the surrounding area. And that's similar to the potential area influence provided by a vibrant church. And oh, by the way, these principles that I've been discussing also apply to the home. How is your home smelling? Remember that bad odors linger and are easily recalled and experienced by memory. Our witness goal is attraction, not repulsion. In order to enhance the smells that we produce and share, we can utilize a few smell self-check tools. I'm only listing 3, but there are more. First, pray about it. We can ask God what our smell score is. Second, we can check our conformity with the Word. And third, we can ask a trusted, blood-bought relative to give us a smell review. You just ask them, do I smell bad? Let's do the world a big, critical favor and strive to smell good every day. Amen.